10 strange customs and traditions around the world. One of the things that sets humankind apart from the animal kingdom is that we have the uncanny ability to create customs and rituals. These symbolic acts are often culturally specific and endlessly fascinating. In a world with so many countries, religions, tribes, and customs, it is impossible for everyone to like everything. While we have come a long way since civilization began, some communities are stuck with age old traditions. Here are 10 of the most fascinating and strange traditions from across the world. Number 1. Teeth tossing in Greece. Some cultures pop children's teeth under their pillows and wait for a swap with cold hard cash by a fairy. Others throw a baby's recently liberated tooth on their roofs. Children in Greece throw their teeth on the roof for good luck. Then, they make a wish that their adult teeth will be healthy and strong. They also recite a little rhyme which comes out to something like, "Take so my tooth and give me an iron one so that I can chew rusks." Number 2. Baby jumping in Spain. If Spain is already famous for its original festivals, such as the Tomatina Tomato Throwing Festival, Alcolaco is yet another wholly unique celebration. Residents in a small northern community take part in baby jumping festival called Alcolaco, celebrated each year in the small town of Castillo de Murcia. The Salto del Colaco is a week-long celebration which culminates with a man dressed as a devil terrorizing locals and jumping over babies. Controversial as far as the Catholic Church is concerned, the celebration is believed to cleanse the newborns of their original sins. Number 3. Avoiding using red ink in South Korea. Based on their history and customs, red ink was used to write down names of dead people. It is therefore considered a taboo to write someone's name in red. Although this is a superstition that belongs more and more to the past, Koreans still consider it very rude to write someone's name in red ink, so it's always better to avoid using a red pen. Number 4. Initiation custom in Brazil. It is strange how young boys prove their bravery and strength. In the Satarmawi tribe, they showcase the courage by placing hands in a basket filled with angry bullet ants. In preparation for the initiation ceremony, bullet ants are sedated and harvested from the jungle. While unconscious, the ants are woven into a pair of gloves made from leaves, with their stingers facing inward. To be considered a man of the tribe, boys as young as 12 will thrust their hands into the gloves for a full 5 minutes or longer, being stung the entire time. The tribe leads the initiates in song and dance during the ordeal, but this distraction is their only relief. Number 5. The Monkey Buffet Festival in Thailand. Some people might be surprised to be looking at some monkeys atop a buffet table, feasting on sumptuous dishes. In this annual festivity, over 3,000 kilograms of fruits and vegetables are fed to several monkeys that dwell in Lopburi, Bangkok. The Monkey Buffet Festival kicks off with an opening ceremony that includes performances by dancers in monkey costumes. When the monkeys arrive, hosts remove sheet from the banquet tables, revealing decorative spreads of vibrantly hued fruits and vegetables. The macaques jump across tables and climb towering pyramids of watermelon, durian, lettuce, pineapple, and more, indulging in the near 2 tons of offerings. Number 6. Tomato craze in Spain. La Tomatina is the biggest tomato fight that exists. It is a strange culture among the Valsinians in Bunul, where tomatoes are used as weapons. Snowball fights are so last year. But what was this all about? Like every popular tradition, the origins of this festival, which mixes religion and local culture with typical Spanish joie de vivre, are mysterious. Almost every inhabitant of Bunul has his or her own version. According to some, the Tomatina festival began when a group of kids used tomatoes to chase a group of terrible musicians out of town. According to others, it's part of the celebrations dedicated to San Luigi, the town's patron saint. Others believe it began as a form of spontaneous protest against local administrators. Number 7. The Poultry Event custom in Germany. Just before couples are wed, Their families and close friends meet for an informal affair. What starts out as a typical rehearsal dinner quickly takes a raucous turn when everyone joins in to break porcelain plates as a means of wishing the spouses to be good fortune. Custom dictates that the more shards of broken pottery, the better the luck that couple will have in their married life. After the craziness comes to an end, the couple cleans up the mess as a symbol that they can work well together in working through major tasks. At least they are in for a hell of a start. Things can improve from here. Number 8. Witches' Night in Czech Republic. Prague has more than its fair share of rituals and traditions, one of which sees young lovers jump over the dying embers of bonfires. Single men are also encouraged on this day to leave tokens of freshly cut branches on the doorstep of the woman of the affections. It was once believed that the evil powers on this evening, which falls in between the ancient feast days of St. Jacob and St. Philip's, were far stronger than normal, and that for this evening only they ruled over the good. Flocks of witches riding broomsticks were set to soar the skies, and the Czechs believed that the bonfires would bring them down in flames. Nowadays, the celebration is far more lighthearted, and the biggest bonfire in the country takes place in the center of Czech capital. On the evening of April 30th, Czechs gather to build a bonfire and prepare an effigy of the witch that kept winter around so long. Czechs used to believe that the power of the witches would weaken as the weather got warmer, so they thought that if they made something that looked like a witch and burned it, they could finally get rid of the cold weather. First, they tie two large sticks together to form a cross. Then, they stuff old shirts, pants, and socks with straw and place a pointed hat on the top of the sack. The witch is tied to a broomstick and set aside until darkness falls. When the fire is roaring, people roast sausages on sticks, strum guitars, and sing their favorite songs. Everyone looks forward to nightfall, when they will face the spirits of the witches. As soon as it's dark, the effigy of the witch is brought out and held up for all to see. Then, with a heave of the arm, it is thrown on top of the bonfire. As the witch burns, so does the last of winter's chill. Number 9. The blackening and henna weddings in Muslim countries. A strange culture in Islam where women from the bride's family surround her and paint designs on her feet, arms, and hands to symbolize womanhood, provide fertility, and luck to the woman. In many Muslim and Hindu weddings, it is tradition to have a henna party before the wedding. During a henna party, artists use a paste made from dried henna leaves to paint intricate patterns on the hands of the bridal party. The pigment of henna is quite dark and stains the skin easily, leaving little room for error or mistakes as it cannot be washed off quickly. Due to the intricate patterns of the designs and the unforgiving nature of the henna paste, it is imperative for the person who is getting painted to remain still during the application process. This happens 2 days before the wedding. It's just like tattoos, just not permanent. Number 10. Bushido and Sipuka of Japan. Bushido has remained the warrior code that emphasizes loyalty, strength, and integrity. Sipuka is the ritual suicide, which is an alternative to defeat. This strange custom continues up to today, where it is considered better to commit it rather than surrender. The proper method for committing the act, developed over several centuries, was to plunge a short sword into the left side of the abdomen, draw the blade laterally across to the right, and then turn it upward. It was considered exemplary form to stab again below the sternum and press downward across the first cut and then to pierce one's throat. Being an extremely painful and slow means of suicide, it was favored under a warrior code as an effective way to demonstrate the courage, self-control, and strong resolve of the samurai and to prove sincerity of purpose. Women of the samurai class also committed ritual suicide called jigai, but instead of slicing the abdomen, they slashed their throats with a short sword or dagger.